From all of us at TTJ Tech Services and Stir It Up Studios, welcome to iPad for All Computing. We've created this short primer to help you review the basic gestures necessary to use the Voiceover screen reader on your iPad. Should you require further assistance using Voiceover, please check out our Voiceover In and Out course, which is available free on the TTJ Tech Talk podcast. And now, sit back and relax, and let's review Voiceover together. Welcome aboard.
To start using Voiceover, you must enable it. If you are sighted, or if you have sighted assistance, you can go to Settings, Accessibility, Voiceover, then turn the Voiceover toggle to On. Otherwise, you can use Siri to turn Voiceover on or off. Just press and hold the top button on your iPad and say, "Turn Voiceover on." You can also configure the accessibility shortcut to toggle Voiceover. Just head to Settings, Accessibility, General, and Accessibility Shortcut. Then choose Voiceover. To use the accessibility shortcut, simply triple-click the top button on your iPad. Now that Voiceover is turned on, let's learn to use it. To unlock your iPad, touch the screen or quickly press and release the top button. If you are using an iPad with Touch ID, use one of the fingers you have configured with Touch ID to press the top button. After you've pressed the button, release it, but continue to rest your finger on the button without pressing it for a few seconds. This unlocks the iPad and brings you directly to the home screen. Be careful not to hold the top button for too long, or you'll end up invoking Siri. If that happens, just press the top button again.
If you have an iPad with Face ID, touch the screen, or press and release the top button to wake it up. Then glance at the iPad or simply hold it in front of you, about 10 to 20 inches away from your face. Once you hear the unlocking sound, swipe up with one finger from the bottom edge of the iPad screen to go to the home screen. We'll talk more about that Go Home gesture in a few moments. And remember, if Touch ID or Face ID are not available for any reason, you can always enter your passcode to unlock your iPad.
Now, let's talk a bit more about that Go Home gesture. No matter what iPad you are using, you'll need a way to get out of an app and return to the home screen. To do that, place one finger, such as your index finger or middle finger, on the bottom edge of the iPad screen. Try to place it as close to the edge as you can, without being off the screen, and keep it in the bottom middle of the iPad. You'll know you've got it right when you hear a quick blip sound. If you don't hear that sound, lift your finger and try again. Once you hear that little blip sound, don't lift your finger. Keep it held down and slide up until you hear the second blip sound. Now, release your finger and you're home. So again, to go home, place one finger on the bottom edge of the iPad screen and listen for the blip sound. Then, slide up until you hear a second blip sound. Oh, and by the way, that second blip sound will be slightly higher in pitch, if that matters to you. Relax. Don't get concerned if it doesn't happen for you on the first try. Once you get it a few times, muscle memory will develop, and you'll be performing the gesture like a pro.
Thanks, Juniper. To navigate the home screen, or to navigate anywhere on your iPad, you'll use the Voiceover cursor. The Voiceover cursor is shown on the screen as a large rectangle that surrounds any element that has the focus. Try it. Touch the screen with one finger. You'll hear Voiceover speak the name of whatever you've touched. Didn't hear anything? No problem. Lift your finger and try to touch somewhere else. Or swipe quickly to the right with one finger. Each time you swipe left or right, Voiceover moves to and reads the next or previous item on the screen. Swipe right to move to the next item, and swipe left to move back to the previous item. When you come to an item you want, double tap it with one finger to activate it. This is how you move around on the home screen, in apps, on websites, and just about anywhere else on your Apple device. Swipe left or right with one finger, or explore by touching anywhere on the screen. When you find what you're looking for, double tap on it. The double tap gesture will open the selected app, enter the selected character on the on-screen keyboard, activate the selected link on a website, and more. Another way you can explore is to drag your finger around the screen. Though not as precise, this can sometimes be quicker than swiping if you're looking for something specific. Try it now. Let's open the Settings app together. First, locate the Settings app on the home screen by either swiping left and right with one finger or by touching the screen until you find it. Now double tap with one finger to open it. When you perform the double tap gesture, you can double tap anywhere on the screen. Don't worry about having your finger in the exact same location where you found the Settings app.
Great explanation, Juniper. Now, sometimes you'll want to access additional options for a particular item. For that, you'll need a way to quickly access context menus and additional options, known as Quick Actions. To open the Quick Actions menu on any item, perform a long press gesture. With Voiceover, the long press is performed by doing a one-finger double tap and hold. Keep holding for a few seconds until you hear a sound, indicating that a context menu has appeared. Then release your finger. Let's try it together. A few moments ago, Brian took you into the Settings app, remember? Let's leave the Settings app and go home, as we learned to do a few minutes ago. Now, let's suppose we want to quickly access contextual items for Settings. Locate Settings once again, by either swiping left and right, or by touching the screen until you find it. Now, double tap and hold on it until you hear the bubbling blip tones. When you lift your finger, you will find a context menu of options. Choose one if you'd like, by simply double tapping on it. Don't want to choose a context menu item at this time? No worries. You have several ways of exiting the menu without making a selection. First, you can perform the Go Home gesture to quickly leave the menu and return home. Another option you have is to swipe right until you hear Dismiss Context Menu. Double tap to choose that option and dismiss the menu. Finally, you can perform a scrub gesture to quickly exit the menu. The scrub gesture is a great way to get out of menus and pop-ups, and to go back to the previous screen. To perform the gesture, place 2 fingers on the screen and quickly scrub back and forth 3 times, as if you were scrubbing a small spot on a surface. Some people say your fingers make the shape of a Z, but it really doesn't matter. So, now you've learned the scrub gesture. You've also learned how to long press, by performing a one-finger double tap and hold on any item. Is the long press giving you trouble? Most often, this gesture can also be performed by doing a one-finger triple tap instead of the double tap and hold. Note that not all items will have quick actions menus available.
Hey everybody, Arabella here again, excited to teach you all about the Voiceover Rotor. The Rotor is a virtual on-screen control designed exclusively for Voiceover users. It gives you access to important features and functionality that might be more challenging without sight. It also lets you quickly control many settings. To use the Rotor, first, place 2 fingers on the iPad screen and rotate them, either clockwise or counterclockwise, as if you are turning a dial. Each time you turn the rotor left or right, you will move through the available options in your rotor. When you find a rotor option you want, swipe up or down with one finger to change the value of the setting. Choose different actions, change an item value, or otherwise move by the selected rotor item. Let's try it together. We've been in the Settings app a couple of times now, so let's return home using the Go Home gesture once again, and let's pick a different app this time. How about Messages? Swipe left and right, or touch the screen until you hear VoiceOver say, Messages. Keep in mind that the Messages app may be in the dock. The dock is the bottom section of the iPad home screen, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll leave it to Matt, Cliff, and Sarah to teach you all about the iPad dock. Anyway, once you've located the Messages app, instead of double tapping on it, try swiping up or down with one finger. Most times when you are on the home screen, the rotor position will default to Actions. So when you swipe up or down, you will hear actions like Edit and Activate. Next, try rotating the rotor left or right with two fingers and listen to what VoiceOver says. Let's say you want to learn how the word Messages is spelled. Rotate with two fingers to the right until you hear Characters. Now, swipe down one finger to read the word Messages, one character at a time. Because the rotor can be configured differently, and because it changes depending on context, what you hear in the rotor when you rotate two fingers will be different depending on whether you are on an app, a website, an edit field, a value adjustment slider, and so on. You can add more items to the rotor or remove items from the rotor in your VoiceOver settings. There are also some items, like Actions and Edit, which will automatically appear in the rotor when they are needed. You don't need to manually add them. With Actions and Edit, you'll be able to do things like copy and paste text and much more. These types of rotor items require a double tap to confirm them. For example, to paste text in an edit field, assuming you've already copied some text to the clipboard, open the Edit field, turn the rotor to Edit, then swipe up or down until you hear Paste. Now, double tap with one finger to confirm the paste action.
Wow, Arabella. I never knew the rotor was so powerful. Now, let's talk about Control Center and notifications. To quickly access common iPad controls, you'll use Control Center. There are two ways to open Control Center with VoiceOver. The first way is to place one finger on the top edge of the iPad screen. You'll hear a short blip sound. Now, without lifting your finger, immediately swipe down until you hear the second blip sound. Then release your finger. Does this gesture seem familiar? It should, because it's the exact opposite of the Go Home gesture. Another way to open Control Center is to touch the top of the iPad screen with one finger to bring focus to the status bar. You will know you're on the status bar because VoiceOver will read the time, the battery status, or other status items. Once focus is on the status bar, swipe up with three fingers to open Control Center. Now let's learn about notifications. When a notification comes to your iPad, touch the upper middle of the iPad screen to bring focus to it. Now you can double tap on it to quickly open the app that generated the notification. Alternatively, you may want to access quick actions for a notification. To do this, bring focus to the notification, then perform the long press gesture to open the context menu. You can also bring up context actions for notifications by touching a notification, then swiping up or down with one finger to find a rotor action, such as More or Dismiss. Want to review past notifications? Open the Notification Center. To do this, you have two options. Option 1. Touch the top edge of the iPad screen and listen for that short blip sound. Now, slide down past the second blip until you've heard a total of 3 blips. Lift your finger to open Notification Center. Alternatively, touch the status bar to bring focus to it. Then, swipe down with 3 fingers to open Notification Center.
Thanks, Hank. I better go check my notifications right now. See who's winning the big game. But first, if you want to learn even more about VoiceOver, head to Settings, Accessibility, and VoiceOver. You can choose to take the VoiceOver tutorial or turn on the VoiceOver practice mode. This mode can also be turned on and off by performing a 4-finger double tap on the iPad screen. This practice mode allows you to perform gestures to see what they do without impacting any iPad functions. Also in VoiceOver settings, you can choose Commands and read through every VoiceOver gesture, keyboard command, braille command, and more. On behalf of TTJ Tech Services and Stir It Up Studios, we are thrilled to welcome you to our iPad course. If you require additional assistance, please visit our website at www.ttjtech.biz or email info@ttjtech.biz with any questions. God bless you, and thank you for allowing TTJ Tech Services to be the only tech you'll ever need.